We're live, right? Okay. Let's do some tests, some audio tests. Impromptu live, testing. Can you do a test for me, please? Let me know how the audio is, because I've just messed around with it a little bit because it sounded really bad the other day. Right. Hello, we've got one person. We got 2, 3, 4. Right, guys. Hello. This is breaking news, folks. This is breaking news. I'm gonna just give me a minute, folks. While I do something. Bear with me. Right, I'm just going to change the banner colour because I think this is very important. This is breaking news, guys, and I don't want to scare people. All right, so the last thing I want to do is scare you. Right, I'm scared myself, to be honest. So I think that this is worthy of jumping on a live stream because we are on the brink now of World War III. And if that is going to happen, which I'm praying it doesn't, then, you know, we're together, aren't we? Right, hold on. Don't want to alarm people, but the US have just struck Russia. We're going to look at Russia's possible retaliation now. Russia have just amended their nuclear policy, so we could get struck at any moment. Now, we're going to get struck where we are because we're on the East Coast. So we're the closest to them. We need to be scared. Yeah, we do. I don't want to be one of these alarmist type people that, you know, people, this is going to happen, these doom-mongers. That's not me, you know. I'm just messing around with this banner, just ignore me. Even during lockdown, I, you know, didn't get stressed out and I was like, look at the positives, you know, we can spend more time with family. And I tried to keep people's mood up by not making it all about doom and gloom. I don't know how I'm going to do that here because this is really serious, folks. So we're going to have a quick look at what's going on. So I've come on to RT because I think this is important to look at the other side, because the US and the UK, they really are like trying to blame Russia as usual. It's Russia's fault. No. And we're going to try and delve into it a little bit, because what people won't realise here is this attack, when Russia went into Ukraine, it wasn't unprovoked. So we're going to look at both sides of the media. We're going to look at what the West is saying about this. We're going to look at what Russia is saying about this first. But this is breaking news. This is literally breaking news. Hello, everybody. Okay. This person here says that they haven't struck. Yes, they have. Who do you think fires those missiles? The Ukrainians cannot fire those missiles. They have to be fired by US servicemen in Ukraine. They cannot fire those missiles. That's just a fact. Now, Russia have said that if the Thank you. What's the audio like?
What?
You didn't do an audio test.
I've just been tweaking it. It's fine now.
Tweaking what?
The gain. It's.
You haven't touched it.
I have.
Oh, was it too loud?
It was. Yeah.
What's it like now?
It's
okay. Let me know what the audio's like. They haven't sold the weapons. They've provided the weapons. The fact of the matter remains that Russia said if they used US ballistic missiles, do you know what damage these missiles do? If a US missile, a long range, goes into Russia, fired from Ukraine, then they will see that as a declaration of war. Thank you, Finola. What's the matter, Georgie? They will see that as a declaration of war. And the US specifically said, we will not do that. And just because Donald Trump has won the election by a massive landslide, out of spite, they have told America, they have told them to allow these, and they've already struck. They wouldn't give away missiles. It's in the media. I'm not for you. Look, I'm not gonna debate with somebody who can't even spell. Okay. Excuse me. This isn't a debate. It's not a debate show on who you support. It's a fact. They have supplied. Ukraine don't have any money. Ukraine's. Do you not see how many people they've lost? Ukraine have lost hundreds of thousands of men. They are now on their reserve list. They don't have any money. Why do you think Zelensky goes around with his begging bowl? He wants money or he wants missiles. And he has been asking for these missiles for months and months and months, probably from the beginning. And the US said no. And now the US, by sending ballistic missiles, do you know what ballistic missiles are? They are doing this on purpose because President Trump is coming in. Just give me a sec, guys. No, I can't stay on long because I'm going out. I'll be on like half an hour because I've got to go out soon. But I seen this story and I thought I'd jump on because I think this is really important. Now, again, you guys know me. I'm not a doom and gloomer, and I don't want to sound doomy and gloomy but this is really, really serious. This is really, really serious, guys, okay? So we're going to look at what RT is saying, because the UK media and the Western media are saying that we've done this, and then the UK gets a little kick in and says, yeah, Russia's depraved. You couldn't make this up. They don't want us to look at the other side. They think we've forgotten about RT. Well, they've quietly, I'm looking at it now, though I have got a VPN on, so maybe that's why. But they banned the other side. Who does that? Who does ban the other side? China? The Soviet Union? Burning books? Johnny Bunny does need to build a bunker. So here we go, folks. Now, the Kiev has fired a ballistic missile, these 88 CMS missiles, at Russia's Bryansk region, says the Russian Ministry of Defense. This is breaking news. This has just happened, guys. Literally lunchtime today. Air defences have intercepted 5 US-made projectiles and damaged another. The Defence Ministry Moscow has said. Now, the NATO and the West must know they cannot win this war. They must know now. They cannot win this war. Russia are just a massive, massive superpower. And no matter how much the Americans and the British say, you know, that the West is the strongest, it's not anymore. The West isn't the strongest anymore. We've literally depleted for example, the UK, depleted their servicemen, the army. They have, we've got hardly any jets now. And men, look at the West as a whole, and look at the men compared to Russian men. It's embarrassing. You know, we have feminized men, not all men, but as a whole, as a generation ago, you wouldn't have grown men in little tight, skinny little jeans, which are just leggings, the legging jeans, you know. So I'm just saying a fact. The men, what they've done to the emasculated men in the West, it's everywhere. Media, on the news, in our institutions, that men, that you know, women are like, men are at the end of the queue. Women get more in If you're a woman, you will get away with stuff that a man wouldn't get away with. Put it that way. If you're a gay man, you'll get away with more stuff than a straight man would get away with, and that's wrong. That is wrong. It should all be equal. So again, I don't want to stress everybody out, but I do think this is important news, and I do think you should know what is going on. So the Ukrainian military, remember, they're saying that they've launched this. They haven't. The Ukrainians cannot launch the US ballistic missiles. There's got to be US personnel on the ground doing this. Now, let's not forget when people say Russia have attacked Ukraine. Yes, they have. But I've explained in the past that behind the reasoning why Russia attacked Ukraine, Russia didn't just one day say, I'm going to go and attack Ukraine. They went in originally to defend the Donetsk region, where the Ukrainians, a lot of them were Nazis, were cleansing ethnic Russians. Okay? So that's why Russia went into Ukraine originally. Was to protect the region in Ukraine that has ethnic Russians living there. And I've said this from day one. The West have done this. They have fired up Ukraine. The Ukrainian leader is a comedian. He's literally an actor. He's not actually in control. It's so wrong, and he is literally. Being puppeted, it's just a puppet, excuse me, for the West, because America have got a lot of interest in Ukraine, a lot, and they want to run Ukraine. And let's not forget that when all's said and done, how many Ukrainian people have died, how much of Ukraine has been destroyed, and when this war does end, which hopefully it will end, and soon, he does play piano with his knob, yeah. When it does end, Ukraine, how are they going to rebuild? They've lost all their men. They've even got women on the front line now. I don't know if you know this, guys. There is women. They're using women on the front line, pregnant women. There's just videos out there. I've seen them with my own eyes. How are they going to rebuild? Who's going to help them? You know who's going to help them, don't you? The American bankers are going to come in. They're going to give them loans to rebuild Ukraine. And when they can't afford to pay the bill, what's going to happen? BlackRock, Vanguard, they're going to come in and they're going to take the land. This is what this is all about. We've got to look at the bigger picture. There needs to be, we need to look at both sides before we make a decision. And the way I see this is the West are constantly escalating this war with Russia. Now, we're going to have a little look at this. So just bear in mind that these missiles cannot be fired by Ukrainians. Okay. So they've been intercepted, thank God. US President Joe Biden reportedly authorized the use of American-supplied weapons for strikes deep inside Russia last week, which is so irresponsible and an escalation. Makes me ill. It really does. It makes me ill that they've lost. They've lost the election and they're not happy. So they've said to Biden, who, come on, they've admitted now that he's senile. Right, they've admitted it, haven't they? So we know that he couldn't make that cognitive decision to do this himself. So he's been told, yeah, Biden has dementia. Let me just get into the chat a minute. I just want to show some of these comments here. Because we mustn't forget this. Yeah, mustn't forget this here. What Miss Doglover says. Hello, by the way, love. Biden has dementia. So anyone that believes that Joe Biden's made that decision is wrong. He hasn't. So they've been intercepted, and Moscow had previously said that long-range strikes Hold on one sec. Sorry, I had to deal with something. I'm back now. So Moscow has previously said that any long-range strikes... Let me just try and zoom in a little bit, see if I can get a bit closer so you can see this better. With Western weapons would constitute a direct war between NATO and Russia. They have come out and they have said this, that if the US strike from Ukraine, that's it. Okay. So according to the statement, Kiev fired 6 long-range ballistic missiles. These are not just normal missiles, these ballistic missiles, and the damage that they leave. And it isn't easily cleaned up. What they leave behind is not easily cleaned up as well. It lasts for years and years and years. It destroys the soil and everything. These are not just blowing things up. So they said in a statement that Kiev, well, the Americans inside Kiev, fired 6 long-range ballistic missiles identified as ATACMS, which we'll look at in a moment. Thank you, Willie. Early on Tuesday morning, so today. 5 of them were intercepted with S-400 and Pant-C air defence systems, while another was damaged and hit the ground at a Russian military site in Bryansk region, causing a fire that was quickly dealt with. Now, this is coming from the Russian side. We're going to look at both sides, but we're not going to get any information from the West. We're just going to get, we struck them, and then let's move on to the farmers thing, which is all over the news. Now, the farmers' protest I was going to cover today is very, very important, and I support them. But this is completely more important, okay? I'm not doing hellos because I'm not going to be on for long, but I just want to say thank you for being here. Please hit the like or dislike. Please be respectful with each other if you disagree. But let's just stick to the facts. And that person was not stating facts. Okay. AI, if you're there, that noise is George eating the box in the lounge. Do you want to come and stop this quickly? Okay. So, Ukrainian media earlier reported that Kiev had fired these missiles into internationally recognised Russian territory for the first time during the conflict, releasing purported footage of the launch. The attack reportedly targeted an ammunition depot in Bryansk region, through military officials in Kiev have not confirmed the claims. Earlier on Tuesday, now this is worrying now, folks. This is the really worrying bit. AI, are you watching? Can you come to the lounge, please? If you're there. George is destroying something that he shouldn't be. Hold on a minute. Thought he was watching. He's obviously not watching. Well, there you are. Right.
Tasty, Daddy.
So, in September, Putin warned that long-range attacks by Ukraine using Western weapons would be a serious escalation of the conflict. Kiev cannot launch such attacks, listen to this, without direct input from NATO member states, he noted. Bryansk region is located in western Russia and borders Ukraine and Belarus, which is a Russian ally. Okay, now this morning, because of this attack, Russia have changed their policy on nuclear. This is really worrying, folks. Whoever side you're on, we're the people, right? We're just normal people. We're not doing this. We're not provoking Russia, are we? We're just people. So right, we'll just get into this article here. Hopefully you can see it quite clearly. It's just really concerning, guys. Hello everybody, welcome in. They're still biting the TV. Oh my God. Russia approves new Russian Putin approves Russian doctrine. The changes were flagged in September amid escalating. So this is the new Russia doctrine, and this has been declared now because they said that it will be a declaration of war. So he's authorised this new doctrine, bringing in forced changes he announced in September. According to the new doctrine, Russia may use nuclear deterrence. Okay, this is really important, guys. Okay, this is really, really important. This is the article here. I'm linking the article in the chat right now. Russia may use nuclear deterrent to prevent aggression by hostile powers and military blocs that possess weapons of mass destruction or large arsenals of conventional weapons. Still doing it. Countries that provide. Oh, thank you, Zero. Appreciate that. Thank you, bud. Oh, thank you. Just get back in and just highlight that. Hello. I reduced the memberships down. I got rid of them and refunded you all. So Zero's just rejoined. So thank you. I really appreciate that, my friend. So basically, Russia has said that they may use nuclear deterrent to prevent aggression by hostile powers. An attack by a single member of the bloc. I need Al to come and stop. Is that really loud? Can you guys hear what George's doing? I can't at the moment, Zero, because I can't click links on StreamYard, can I? An attack by a single member of the bloc, including one that does not have nuclear weapons, will be considered an attack by the entire collective. They wanted it both ways. NATO said one gets struck and they all join in. And let's remember, Ukraine is not a member of NATO. They want to be a member of NATO. Can you hear George in the background chewing and scratching something? So Russia's goal is to make sure that a potential aggressor realises that retaliation will be inevitable if the country were attacked. The doctrine says Russian military allies will enjoy the same protection. So we go for military allies of Russia. We have China, Iran, which they are attacking, North Korea. He's scratching, he's teething and he's destroying. Oh, he's got his toy now. Judgy. He's so cute. The doctrine lists 10 threats that require counteraction through deterrence, ranging from nuclear arsenals in the possession of hostile parties, which is hostile to them, to potential unchecked, proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and their delivery systems. Other threats include military build-up near Russia's borders, which they've done, the development of anti-ballistic missile systems, deployment of conventional weapon systems that can strike Russian territory, and potential sabotage plots to cause large-scale environmental disasters. Let's not forget the blowing up of the pipeline that was proven that Ukraine were involved. They proved it. And the UK immediately blamed Putin for that without any evidence whatsoever. The list of triggers for nuclear retaliation now includes... Don't do that! Sorry, guys. I don't know if you can hear this in the background. Who's squeaking that? The list of triggers for nuclear nuclear retaliation, which now includes confirmed intelligence about a massive incoming attack using enemy aircraft, missiles and drones, once such weapons cross into Russian airspace. That's happened today. That has happened. The president of Russia remains the official making the decision on whether to use the country's nuclear arsenal. He also has the authority to communicate his intentions and actions regarding such weapons. So basically, reading all that, what it means is that we, any NATO member state, whether they have their own nuclear arsenal or not, they strike Russian airspace, Russia will retaliate with nuclear. Now that's happened today. That has happened today. US have struck Russia from within Ukraine, because they can blame Ukraine all they want. These Ukrainians, they're just doing what they're told by the powers that be. They cannot fire these ballistic missiles. It is really, really concerning. So we're going to see now what the West are saying about this. Let's have a look what they're saying. Yeah. Because the thing is, right, now that what I've just read to you gave a lot of information, didn't it? He gave a lot of details, yeah? Now, if you look at the Western media, they don't give details like that. It's so fluffy. We go on about Russian propaganda. Yeah? We're going about Russian propaganda. What we're suffering in the West now is far worse propaganda. Far worse. So we've had details of how many missiles, what happened, so on and so on, haven't we, from the Russians? Let's look at how the Western media are reporting this. Let's start with this one. So this is the front page of the Sun. The very first, I've made it a lot bigger for you. The very first story, edge of World War III. Russia confirms Ukrainian long-range missile attack. No, it's come from America, in Ukraine, because the Americans are the ones that can fire them, as UK slams depraved Putin, who stands on the brink of nuclear response. Let's go into this. So this is how we are as the West reporting this. So the UK have joined in and called Putin depraved. How is that going to help? How is that going to help by us getting involved and calling Putin depraved? We are constantly... Did you know? No, I didn't. I'm having problems with the microphone. I don't know what's wrong with it, to be honest. Is it back? Hello? Testing, testing. Are we back? Okay, so this is how they're ramping it up. So let's watch the footage now. Okay, graphic images, guys. Just a quick warning.
Ракета как будто прилетела. Да нет, она... Там такая дорога, что было полоса, как будто...
In a major development, Ukraine has reportedly fired its first long-range missile into Russia, successfully targeting an ammunition and missile depot. This marks the first time Kyiv has used an American-made ATACMS ballistic rocket on Russian soil. The attack took place overnight on Monday, mere hours before the world marked 1,000 days of Vladimir Putin's bloody and illegal war inside Ukraine. According to RBC Ukraine, the missile strike hit a military facility near the city of Karachev in the Bryansk region, around 130 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Another Ukrainian outlet, Sensor, said at least a dozen explosions occurred. The blitz was confirmed by Ukraine's armed forces, although they have not yet officially confirmed the use of the ATACMS missile. Kyiv later confirmed that the targeted warehouse was storing North Korean ammunition and anti-aircraft missiles. This comes amid reports that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is preparing to send some 100,000 troops to support Putin in the conflict. Reports of the blitz surfaced just hours after Vladimir Putin signed off on a new nuclear doctrine on Tuesday. The disturbing new policy threatens a nuclear-based response to any Western countries who enable Ukraine to hit Russia with far-reaching rockets, like American-made ATACMS missiles or British Storm Shadow. Dmitry Peskov, Putin's spokesperson, warned that the use of Western non-nuclear missiles by Ukraine could provoke a nuclear response from Russia. Meanwhile, former Russian president and Putin's right-hand man, Dmitry Medvedev, said that the use of these missiles would be seen as an attack by NATO. He warned that it could lead to a retaliatory strike and suggested it might even escalate into World War III.
Putin has brought 11,000 North Korean troops to Ukraine's borders. This contingent may grow to 100,000. While some European leaders think about, some elections or something like this as Ukraine expands, Putin...
I just want to know the facts of what's going on. I don't want to listen to propaganda. I'm quite sure what this is now, but you get the picture, guys. We've just seen, I've been looking for some more footage as well, but unfortunately I can't click links in the chat. So this is what is happening today. And again, I'm not a doom and gloomer. Like, that isn't me. I don't want to stress people out by saying that, this has happened. But on the other hand, I think this is really important. And you're going to get the Western version. You are going to get what the West have told you, excuse me, in the media. So I'm just trying to give the other side and in the middle. Yeah, just facts. Hello, Large Marge. It's been a while. How you doing? Now, I was going to make a video on this anyway on my other channel today, because Biden, what he's done shouldn't be allowed for more than one reason. The first reason is he's senile. Is the audio okay? Let me know if it goes again, folks. I'm going to have to get this microphone looked at. How you doing, Marge? I've missed you. And thank you again to Zero for joining that membership. That's what news used to be. Exactly, Jenna, my darling. I'm just, I could be doom and gloom and go, oh, we're going to die and all this. That's not me. I'm not going to do that. But I do think you guys need to know what's going on from both sides. I've missed you. How you doing? Oh, it's 10 now. Oh, Large Marge. She's lovely. She really is. Known her for years. You moved, didn't you, sweetie? So we're gonna try and see what the BBC is saying. We're fair. People, when anyone comes in here, they can't say that I don't give views of every single side. Looked at the Russians, what they're saying. We've looked at one of the red tops. Now let's look at our state propaganda service, the BBC. Okay, first story here. Let's just try and get to the facts of the matter. And they're saying the same thing. The Ukraine have fired US-supplied long-range missiles. So we know this. These Army tactical missile system in a strike on Russia's Bryansk region. So again, let's not forget, yeah, they are sending troops in North Korea. So I was going to make a video on this anyway, about North Korea sending troops in, about the escalations and what Biden has done. I was going to make a video on it, guys, and then this happened. So I thought, do you know what, I need to jump on, because this is really concerning. Just let me know if that's zoomed in for you, and I'll make it bigger there as well. I know it must be really frustrating trying to read these things on your phone. Right, let me know if that's better. So they're saying the same thing. They were shot down. The strike represents the first time that long-range missiles are being used on Russia's internationally recognised territory after Washington signalled Ukraine had permission to do so. Russia has vowed to react accordingly. They are going to react to this, folks. They're going to react accordingly. And their doctrine, as I've just read out previously, if anyone was, if you've come in, if you've recently joined the stream, Russia's doctrine on this, their reaction is to go nuclear. So now the ball's in their court. And to cause as much trouble as possible, the UK Starmer, who is in Brazil at the moment, out the country again, so he's flying around his private jet whilst telling us all to freeze in our homes and stop using our gas and electric, banned coal. His crazy psychopath little redhead has banned coal. They want coal completely banned altogether, taking our own resources. So he's flying around his little private jet around the world. How much CO2 is he spitting out? Why can't he do this over Zoom? It makes me sick. It really does. And in the West, we don't hear the other side. And this is why I've created the other channel. Because this channel, I want to keep mostly animals, out and about stuff, a bit of vlogging, going out and visiting places, animal shorts, animal content, and a little bit of news, like light-hearted news. This sort of stuff that is pretty serious won't be happening on this channel anymore. I'm going to be moving over this sort of stuff to my new channel, guys. So I'm going to be doing like daily shorts over there, and I will eventually live stream. So if you want to just check it out, I don't know if anyone can. If anyone can't drop it, I'll get it at the end. Because I do think that this channel should. I want it light-hearted. I just don't want it. I want it fun. You see enough of this depressing stuff in the world, but this was a really important story that I had to bring in because Russia have vowed to react accordingly. What does that mean? Take care, Stephen. Sorry, I've not said hello to everybody in chat, but I can see chat on my phone, and I really, really, really appreciate everyone that's here. So again, 3 hours ago, Russia have approved this doctrine. It's coming to force today. They wrote it in September, and it is now in force. And it says Russia gets hit by a long-range missile supplied by NATO, that they're going to retaliate using this doctrine. And it's nuclear. So there's nothing we can do. As people, there's nothing we can do, right? President Trump said he would end the war. And I've said this so many times, that this war would never have started without the West's interference. Let's not forget that Boris Johnson, old Bojo, he went into Ukraine at the very beginning. That Russia invaded in February 2022, and in April-May time 2022, Boris Johnson went and visited Ukraine because they were about to have peace talks with President Putin of Russia. And Boris Johnson went over there and said, don't talk to them. He's admitted it now, he's had to. He's gone over there and says, don't talk to them. We will keep funding you till the end. We will keep funding you. Again, Western interference. And let's not forget, the entire thing started because it was agreed decades ago in the very early 90s that NATO would not go up to Russia's border. It was agreed that you had NATO and you had Russia, and between the two was neutrals. There was neutrals around. That's fair. How would the Americans like it if one of the tiny little islands surrounding there's one that I think it was one of the Congo Islands, but I need to double check. China put a little military base on there, and the Russians had the Americans had an absolute meltdown. You can't be that close to us. We don't want China next to us, seeing what we're doing. No, we can't have that. But they're going all the way up to Russia's border. This is all done by design. It's wrong. And there's a lot of stuff going on. I've just seen the Wanderer. Again, I'm not saying hello to everybody, but I am reading the chat, and what the Wanderer has just said is spot on. A lot of military hardware arrived in the UK. We were saying this last week, me and the hubby. We were sat outside, and you should have heard the jets. Now, you guys know we have jets around here. You know, they go low as well. It's a training area, okay? We have a lot of jets. Now, these were really, really low, and they weren't on the radar. Now, that concerns me when they're not on the radar, because I'm thinking, is this an incoming strike? Because let's not forget, we're on the East Coast, so we're the closest, and we're not far from the Flying Dales place, which is the nuclear detection of the West. It is the main one. It's the only one in the UK as far as I'm aware. So if anything's going to be coming in, that picks it up. So where's Russia going to strike first? He's going to go for that, isn't it? Get rid of that, because that literally is our eyes. So if that gets nuked, that's about, I don't know, it's about 25 minutes in the car, 20 minutes in the car. It's not far. It's worrying, isn't it? Maybe you shouldn't have, Jenny. You see, I feel bad for bringing you this sort of stuff, because I don't like it. I don't want you guys to go away like, oh, I've watched Penny Bunny's show and now I'm stressed out. I don't want that. I want you to come in here and have a laugh and have fun and have banter and look at chilled stuff. You know, this is why I don't do these sort of shows often. I just don't do them. I don't think it's... There's so many people on YouTube and on everywhere that are doing this, that are doing shows like this. But this is really important, and I hope you guys can appreciate why I had to do it. I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat. So we've got some comments coming up here. We've got Yvonne. Hello, Yvonne, my lovely. Oh, I'm in Norfolk, and the jets last night continual. See, noise deafening. I can't figure it out. It's normally so quiet. Now, the other day, do you, Ted? Okay, but the thing is, Ted, it's difficult for me because this channel has gone in a direction where the majority of the subscribers have come from shorts and animal stuff. So I need to try and link the two together. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm in a bit of a crossroads at the moment. I'm talking to Al about it. I could do this sort of stuff over on the Curious Bunny, or I could do it on my new channel, which is just going to be for politics and world event shorts. I don't know. But anyway, we're here now. Now, what Yvonne is saying here about the jets, has anybody else noticed this in the UK where you are? Because me and Al were outside the other morning with the pups having a cuppa, and we heard some jets. Now, these sounded different to the usual jets. And I looked at my radar, and it was a German jet. Now, that's the first time I have ever seen a German fighter jet over us. Al said it was coming from America. Now, there's a lot. Germany and America are really, really close, as you know. There's probably more Americans personnel in Germany than here. They have a lot of bases there. So them two together, whatever they're up to, there was some typhoons, not tornadoes, I don't use them anymore, do they? There was a couple of typhoons over us. They were showing up that time, and a German fighter jet over us. Yeah, dedicate a channel to news. Yeah, it's going to be 3 channels then, and I don't have time to run one properly. So, but yeah, this is what I'm gonna have to do, guys. I don't think anyone has put my channel up yet. I'm gonna make a video bit later when I get home. I have got a stream set for tonight actually on the Curious Bunny. I don't like going live twice in one day. It's too much. So I'll see how I feel tonight. All right. Still not well, guys, at all. I've got to go out today as well. I'm still on my antibiotic drops. I've got 2 weeks, I think. Right, this is my new channel, okay? I'm just going to pop this link in here. This is my new channel. It's for news, politics, and trending world events. Okay, I'm from Portsmouth, and it's the UK's main naval base. Says, excuse me, excuse me, Dexcom 1, hello, welcome. I'm from Portsmouth, and it's the UK's main naval base. Lots of jets overhead and a lot of activity down the docks. There is a lot going on. Thank you very much, Willie. Please, guys, will you please subscribe to the new channel? If you wanna get politics news, not just UK and US, and if something big's going on like this, for example, eventually, if I build up my subscriber base enough, I'll do these sort of shows over there. Thank you so much, Vinola. Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Zero. Just take your time. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I've had a bit of a shit year, haven't I? I've not really been around much this year, so hopefully next year will be better. It's been a bit rubbish. So yeah, I'm talking positive. We will be here. Yeah, because the thing is, this channel has grown from shorts. Without the shorts, I had about 25,000 subs, and then I put some shorts that went viral and got. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that, my friend. Ended up getting some shorts that went viral, and now look where I am. So a lot of people. This is why a lot of people don't come in the lives, because they are short subscribers. You see. So we need to see if there's a way of like getting the short subscribers into live streams. Now, if they're subscribing, like Kamala Camelto, he subscribed from the owl short that went viral. It's got 45 or something million views, and it's got over 1 million likes, I think it is. And the comments, hundreds of thousands of comments. This is what gets me. The people that say I'm buying subscribers, how did I get all them comments then? They're so thick. Channels that buy subscribers only get about 10 likes on their community posts, and they don't get comments in their shorts. Just saying. So, hello, Ellen. I was going to message you about next month doing something. We'll come down your way in the Midlands if it's easier. Sort of like if you can go North Midlands, and we'll come down. Anyway, getting distracted. Hello, everybody. I really, really appreciate you all coming in. And I know you've all got different views, which I appreciate the different views. But I also don't appreciate misinformation. And it is misinformation if you're going to say that that the Americans aren't firing these ballistic missiles. So I'm going to have a quick look now. So hang on a minute. I can't be on for much longer. Hang on a minute. I followed your channel for over 2 years. Oh, well, thank you. See? Thank you. I appreciate that. Started off the channel doing animals. Hello, Solid Snake. How you doing? Snake. Sorry, I'm a massive Metal Gear Solid fan, and I had to do that. Sorry. You'll know exactly. Is that Metal Gear Solid 2? At the end, when you get killed. Sorry. I've noticed a lot of military and me, yeah. I forgot to mention helicopters and planes, but I'm near an RAF base in Northumberland. But I've seen more than usual the last few weeks. Same here. Hello, Scully. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. So, hello, Jen, love. Jennifer, don't run tomorrow. How you doing, Ellen? Missed you, darling. Yeah, I'll message you on WhatsApp. MK Ultra. Excuse me. So I think what we'll do, we'll have a quick look at what these missiles are. Just give me a minute. Just bear with me a sec, folks. And then I'm gonna have to go because I've got to go out. Oh shit, I've got to go out. Hang on. What time's my appointment? 4. Yeah, I need to go out soon. Got to leave the house in an hour. I've got no makeup on. The world don't want to see me without makeup on, trust me. Hello, David G. How you doing? So it's what's called taking the piss out of yourself, which a lot of people can't do. Right. So these missiles, these US ballistic missiles. I'm just gonna try and give you an idea of what they are. I'm not sure if it's going to let me. Let's have a look. I hate this thing where you have to subscribe to view a page. That pisses me off. It really does. Right, just bear with me a sec, folks. No, I don't want to subscribe. See? Fuck that. Sorry for swearing, guys. Bear with me. Just what has wound me up about today, right? This is what's wound me up the most, folks. Is that 1, Biden's senile, right? And 2, he lost. They lost. This is what I wanted to say earlier, and I forgot. I wanted to say this really quickly before I go. This is what I don't get right. When there's an election in America on the 5th of November and then the inauguration on the 20th of January, that's like 2.5 months. I get that there's going to be a complete change in administration and they need some change over time. In the UK, that doesn't happen. If you lose, you move out that day. If you're gone that day, there's no handover as such. And let's not forget Gordon Brown left a little note for David Cameron saying there's no money left. He came into office, a little note, there's no money left, there's nothing left, right? In the US, there's this massive 2.5 month changeover, okay? Now, what I don't get about this, yeah, I've been a fan, yeah, and me, since day one. Yeah, I had the PS2. I'm an old school gamer, Solid Snake. I don't play all the new games. I don't like the online stuff. If I get back into gaming, which I want to, at some point whenever I get time, because I don't get time to do anything anymore, it would be replaying them. Metal Gear Solid 2 is my favourite game of all time. And then you're looking at your GTA Vice City and your Resident Evil 2. Anyway, I'm going to forget gaming. I've got a lot of hobbies, folks, and I'm not going to start a gaming channel because that just can't even go there. Yeah, I did get some of the remaking them again. Wow. Right, okay, distracted. Okay. So what I don't get about this, right, Americans, help me out here. And when we do our next open panel, we'll discuss this. Why can any decisions be made in that 2.5 months? This is what I don't get. There is, from the 5th of November, when the vote happens, to the 20th of January, surely in that window, there should be nobody signing anything to go into, like, for example, this has happened by Biden. An escalation of World War III has happened today. Hi, Tone. It's happened today, yeah? And the person who signed it off couldn't even run in the race against his opponent because he's too senile. He couldn't run. He's too senile to have a debate with another man who's only 4 years younger than him. So let's just get this. I'm trying to get my head around this. So he's too senile to have a debate with someone, but he's okay to sign this order that he's been saying for months he weren't going to do. Let's not forget the US came out and says, we're not going to do that. It is an escalation. Zelensky begged and begged and begged, give us the long-range missiles. And the US, rightly so, said no. We gave our Challenger tanks and our missiles. Is it the Storm Shadows or something? We did that. We don't care. UK's all up for escalating World War III. They love it. But the US said no. And then all of a sudden, Trump wins and says this war's ending. Even Zelensky himself has come out now and said the war will end sooner under Trump. He said it himself. We are literally just hearing propaganda. But there are people dying on the ground. Ukrainians, they're not giving you the full figures of how many they've lost. Their country is destroyed. Why? Because it's a US, UK and NATO proxy war happening in their country. It's wrong. And Russia are the bad guy, just like Bin Laden was the bad guy, just like Tommy Robinson's the bad guy. There's always a bad guy in it. We have to all hate the bad guy. But some of us don't. We look between the lines. We see who's part of it, who's not. You know, is Putin part of the whole thing and it's all a distraction from whatever? I don't know. Oh, of course, Jenna, he was told to do it. There's no way in hell that he could have done that himself. I'm slightly feminised. See, I've got nothing against anyone who's individuals Blade Runner. What I'm talking about is just as a whole, you know, as a whole. This is what gets me. It's individuals is not what I'm talking about. It's the society as a whole. We have emasculated men, and we're teaching our young boys that it's wrong to be masculine. And it isn't. It isn't wrong. He was never in charge, I agree. So I want to know how in America there's a 2.5 month window where there's no real sitting president because one's going out and he needs to go into a care home. One's coming in. Surely in that 2.5 months, there shouldn't be any executive orders or whatever you want to call them done. Because Biden could literally write an executive order to say that Trump couldn't come in. It doesn't make any sense. It's really strange. The American system is really bizarre. Like, I'm struggling to get my head around it a lot. Anyway, I've got to go because I've got to go out. But this has been a big escalation today. I've been on a lot longer than I wanted to be, but I think this was important. I have got a stream set for tonight, but to be honest with you, I'm out today. I've been live today. I'm still not well, so I'll probably wait till I'm feeling a bit better. Because I might end up coming back on later anyway and talking about this. And also I might pop on and talk about the farmers' protests. So if anything, I'm more likely to come on this channel tonight and discuss what's going on in the news. But I've got to go now, folks. I've got to go out. And thank you for being here. Try not to get too stressed out. Just keep thinking to yourself. Trump won and he wants to come in and stop this crazy crap going on, and they're just scrambling around now. And my hubby said to me, why do you think Biden was smiling when he was meeting Trump? I genuinely think he was smiling because he's away with the fairies and he doesn't like Kamala. How do you know it's not CJ? I have American, could be. Welcome, Scottish Tina. I have American contacts, propaganda you are falling for. I'm not falling for anything. Just stock up. We have no control over their plan. I'm not, that's the one thing I'm not doing, is falling for anything. If I was falling for propaganda, I would just be sat here reading one side. I'm trying to look at every single side and then giving you my point of view. That's all I can do. And you may agree, you may not. But I will try and stick to facts where possible, obviously. Thank you, Willie. I appreciate that. Right, guys, I'll see you all later. So if I'm going to jump on, it'll be on this channel tonight. If at all, depends what goes on. If we'll see. But try and just... we'll stick together. It's not us. I'm sure Putin knows it's not us, as in us lot. It's the crazy people at the top. My voice is going now because I'm not being well. Here we go. It's going completely. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate you all here. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. Lots of love, guys. Bye-bye.